Hello and welcome back to 911 Scales. My name is Michael and today we are looking at the first generation Panamera, specifically a facelifted 970.2 top of the line Panamera Turbo S. And if you're asking yourself why is this model worth of a full review, that's easy because these are costing nowadays pretty much nothing. But does this mean that this is a bad model? This is something we will discuss in this review. For the boys and girls who are tuning in for the very first time, thank you very much. I'm very happy that you've decided to check out my channel and the content I'm producing. With these Porsche model car reviews, I'm trying to bring out some decent information about them. Generally, we are discussing first up the real car and the model car, then I'm taking out my macro lens and we are getting up close and personal to the model. I show you all the details and then finally we'll sum up with scores in price, quality, details, rarity and significance, so that in the very end we have a lovely scoreboard. As I told you, this is here already the facelifted version of the original Panamera, which was revealed in 2009. And when it was revealed, people, even though they really liked the idea of a four-seater super saloon made by Porsche, they didn't like the rear look of it and it got quite some negative comments. And the reason behind that is that the roofline of the car is quite high for a coupe style car. And yeah, this roofline came together. The story behind that is that the then CEO of Porsche, Wendelin Wiedeking, he insisted that he must be able to sit in full confidence with enough headroom in this Porsche Panamera. And so this is how this high roofline came together. But anyway, here we have its 1/43 scale model car twin of the facelifted 2013 Panamera. And with the facelift they already started to correct the rear a bit, so it looks a bit better than the original car. This particular one here is the top of the line Panamera Turbo S, again made by Minichamps for Porsche, and the reason why I'm picking this model for a full YouTube review is that in Germany nowadays these are trading between 5 to 10 euros, so they are pretty much worthless nowadays. But does this mean that this is a bad model? For that, let's get the camera up close and after that you can decide it for yourself. Since the Panamera is a very big car, the model itself is also significantly bigger than your usual 1/43 scale 911. Also, it has quite some weight to it. Details wise, the Panamera is a very sleek bar, but it has some details which are worthy to point out. At the front, Minichamps did an okay job. The bonnet with its curves looks very nice. The double beam headlights look good and they even included headlight washers here beneath them. Something which does not look as good are the daytime running lights down here. I like that they've used transparent plastic, but they should have added a black paint stripe to separate the two, because the actual car has two separate LED bars for the daytime running lights. The grills down here, these are actually very good. Looking at the side profile, you can see that this is quite a long model, but you could even have a bigger one, the executive version, the long wheelbase one. Speaking of wheels, these rims are alright and you can even see the tiny Porsche crest inside them. The brake discs, on the other hand, are something I would criticize since they are missing any details. The calipers are alright again, obviously in yellow since the Turbo S only comes with PCCB ceramic brakes. Further back on the other side you have the fuel filler cap and you can see that the rear lights are spanning all around onto the side itself. Then the rear, the most controversial part of the Panamera. The first thing to point out is that this rear third brake light, which looks a bit too orange in my opinion, but the details inside of the boot are very nice, and so is the fact that they thought about adding the divided three-piece wing, which opens in a very nice sequence. And then the Porsche Panamera Turbo S writing is also nicely done, and so is a lower part with the quad exhaust. But like with most Panameras, the exterior isn't that exciting, so let me get the camera onto the interior. In the front you can see that this is a two-tone interior, with most of it being in the bright beige and the dashboard being in brown. Also they added silver accents in the dashboard and on the doors itself. The steering wheel and the instruments are highly detailed, and so is a middle console. The Panamera was the absolute high point of Porsche's button festival back in the day, and here this model also continues the trends. There is pretty much a button for every single function on the car, and it is also included here on this model. And then the graphic for the infotainment screen, the PCM screen. Here Minichamps did a fantastic job and the graphic looks very nice, fits wonderful to the car itself. And Minichamps, if you're watching, please also add a graphic like this to your 992 Porsche models. Would look amazingly better than the ones you have right now. Link to the review of a 992 is down in the description below. But we are not done. The rear compartment of the car is also highly detailed, with all the buttons and also the storage compartment between the two seats. Also, they've even included the ceiling for the model, with handles for the passengers to hold on to. For a 1/43 scale model car, impressive, isn't it? So I would say for the price, this one has an extremely nice interior, right? Speaking of price, let's come to our points where price is first up. Here, solid 10 out of 10 I would say, because these trade for as little to 5 to 10 euros here in Germany, extremely cheap models. Quality, made by Minichamps again for Porsche, it's alright, but not on the same level as in used Minichamps models, giving it a 6 out of 10. Details is a mixed bag. The exterior of the car is very sleek and there are not many details, but the interior is very nice, earning it an extra point, 6 out of 10. Rarity is super low, hence the price of the model, giving it only a 1 out of 10. Significance is also not the highest. I think the first Panamera will not very well be remembered, and especially the facelifted top of the line car will not be remembered as such, giving it only a 4 out of 10. Overall, this means that this facelifted Panamera Turbo S gets a 27 out of 50 and puts it here on our scoreboard. No surprises in this review, but keep in mind the details and rarity score isn't bad, actually quite nice. Just your average Porsche model car. And if you'd like to see the detailed scoreboard, just hit that link down in the description below. So what do you think? Is this Porsche Panamera worthy adding it to your collection? Or is this low price of this model justified and you would skip it? Let me know in the comments below. And before I'm sending you, as usual, to my high resolution pictures at the end of this video, I would like to say thank you very much that you've tuned in again, watched the video until the very end. And if you like, hit me up on Instagram, I'm always happy for a little chat there. That's it for now, tune in then the next time when I explore the Porsche model car world in 911 scales. Thank you very much, alla, ciao!